The relationship between money and freedom. Money and freedom are often closely connected in modern societies. While money itself does not guarantee happiness, it can significantly influence the level of freedom a person experiences in daily life. Researchers in economics, psychology, and sociology have long examined how financial resources shape personal autonomy, choices, and life opportunities. 1. Financial independence and personal autonomy. One of the most direct connections between money and freedom is financial independence. When individuals have sufficient financial resources, they gain the ability to make choices without being constrained by immediate economic pressures. For example, someone with savings or stable investments may choose a job based on passion rather than necessity. In contrast, people with limited financial resources may face restricted options. They may need to accept difficult working conditions, delay education, or postpone life decisions simply to meet basic needs. In this sense, money functions as a tool that expands the range of possible choices. 2. Freedom of time. Money can also affect control over time, which many researchers consider one of the most valuable forms of freedom. Individuals with higher incomes often have the ability to outsource tasks such as transportation, childcare, or housework. This allows them to spend more time on meaningful activities such as learning, relationships, creativity, or rest. However, this relationship is not always straightforward. Some high-income individuals sacrifice time freedom because their careers demand long working hours. Therefore, the connection between money and time freedom depends on how financial resources are managed and prioritized. 3. Psychological security. Another dimension is psychological freedom. Financial stability reduces uncertainty and anxiety about survival. Studies in behavioral economics suggest that when people constantly worry about paying bills or meeting basic needs, their cognitive resources become limited. This phenomenon is sometimes referred to as scarcity mindset. When financial pressure decreases, individuals often experience greater mental clarity and decision-making capacity. This psychological relief can create a sense of freedom even if the person's lifestyle remains relatively modest. 4. The diminishing freedom effect. Interestingly, research also shows that the relationship between money and freedom weakens after a certain threshold. Once basic needs and reasonable comfort are secured, additional wealth may not significantly increase perceived freedom. Instead, new concerns may arise, such as maintaining wealth, social comparison, or increased responsibility. This suggests that money's role in freedom is nonlinear. It is most powerful when it helps people escape financial constraints, but its marginal impact declines as wealth increases. 5. Freedom of choice versus freedom of meaning. Money expands choices, but it does not automatically create meaningful freedom. True freedom often depends on how individuals use their resources. A person with moderate income but strong values, clear priorities, and low financial pressure may feel more free than someone with great wealth, but constant obligations or social expectations. Therefore, the relationship between money and freedom is partly subjective. Two individuals with similar financial conditions may experience very different levels of perceived freedom depending on their mindset, lifestyle, and goals. Conclusion. Money and freedom are deeply related, but the connection is complex. Money can provide freedom by expanding choices, reducing stress, and increasing control over time. However, beyond a certain point, additional wealth may offer diminishing returns in terms of perceived freedom. Ultimately, financial resources are most powerful when they support autonomy, purposeful living, and the ability to make decisions aligned with personal values. In this sense, money is not freedom itself, it is a potential pathway to freedom, depending on how it is earned, managed, and used.